Hello, the beauties of the interweb. My name is Ben. Welcome to the ManaBrews channel. Today is the channel's first video where we're going to be discussing some of the events that took place yesterday in yesterday's stream. The first of which was we had actually already an event started for Standard, and we were already at 1 loss. Ended up losing 2 more back-to-back. Didn't finish that event very well. Our second half of the event went absolutely 100% better, where we went from 5 out of the possible 7 wins we can have in a single event. Today we're going to look at what I thought was the worst loss of that second segment and what I felt was the most satisfying win. But before we do that, let's take a look at what we had to work with last night. So, we were playing 4 color cycles. This utilizes 3 of the 4 colors, the 4th one being black, which unfortunately we will never use. It is simply just a cycle for 1. So we'll start off with the creature values that we get out of it. So we're going to have 4 copies of Flourishing Fox. Every time we cycle a card, this thing's going to get beef up and become a lot bigger. Then we'll have 4 copies of Drannith Healer and 4 copies of Drannith Stinger, respectively. One's going to heal you every time you cycle, the other one's going to deal damage to your opponent every time you cycle. Then we're going to have Valiant Rescuer. Valiant Rescuer is great because the first time you cycle each turn, it's going to make a 1/1 creature token. This includes your opponent's turn. So first turn, you make your 1/1, and then coming to your opponent's turn, you make 1 on their turn. So you'll get critical mass, the ability to block or go wide. So there's multiple strategies on winning just with those value cards. The big trump card of the deck is going to be Zenith Flare. Zenith Flare will just deal damage equal to the number of cards that have cycling in your graveyard. This can come out of absolutely nowhere and just win you the game. If your opponent doesn't have counterspell set up, they're toast, man. So land-wise, in most cases, most decks I've seen run this 4 color cycle usually only run 2 of the 4 colors, red and a white. I like keeping in the options to run some of the blue. I think it's viable, and compared to the only black card, which discards a card from our opponent's hand for 3 mana, which is not as great as like Thoughtseize and Agonizing Remorse, this is just not usable for that. We're using it only for the cycling 1. The blue will actually give us some decent value. We're going to have Startling Development that's going to increase our creature's base power and toughness to become 4/4. A lot of times they're going to come in, we're just swinging, we're going to block, it looks like it's going to be a trade. No, we're going to battle trick it and we'll come out ahead. Go for Blood is another good one. This will kind of give us a little bit of combat trick / removal. It is only at sorcery speed. Does kind of suck about the card. Worst case, it's a cycle for 1. That's the beauty of it. That's why we're playing it. But in a lot of other cases, sometimes when we pump up the Fox into like the 6, 7, 8 power territory, this will help us out remove big problems, big threats. Some of the other things, like I said, we were focusing on in blue. Frostveil Ambush doesn't come up that often. Unfortunately, paying 5 is a very steep cost for tapping 2 creatures that just don't untap on your opponent's next untap step. I have used it. It didn't come up in yesterday's stream. It was relevant. And Boon of the Wishgiver I've never used in any of my time playing this deck. But the option is there. If it becomes relevant, we can draw into 4 cards. That is absolutely beautiful. Some of the other cards, Footfall Creator, this doesn't come up too often. A lot of times we're not looking to punch in fast. We're not looking to haste in with creatures. However, that scenario has come up with me, and it's a great combination with Flourishing Fox. Once this thing comes into like 10-10 territory, 15-15 territory, trampling over dudes wins you games. It is fantastic. Then we also have Loris as our companion. This will bring back any of the creatures that we previously had. Any permanent that is less than 2 CMC brings back. So you can bring back your Rescuer, you can bring back your Stingers, you can bring back your Foxes. It is absolutely beautiful. The Triome, I also kept it in there. Not only does it give us the color fixing for blue, it also cycles at worst case scenario. Having tap lands is not really the greatest. That's why I've limited it to 2 copies. I found when I've tried with 4 copies, it really just kind of clumped up the deck. 2 copies is fine. It gives you the extra option to cycle out. It adds another cycling target into the graveyard for Zenith Flare, and it works out very, very well. So the biggest strength to this deck is we almost never mulligan. We never go down in hand size. We can get away with 1 land hands, 2 land hands, 3 land hands, 4 land hands. 5 is debatable, and you know what? If you don't have any lands, you're going to mulligan. But that is one of the beauties that I love about this deck. You don't have to worry about your hand. You don't have to mulligan down hand sizes to keep a reasonably playable hand. And our matchups, see, this is where the advantage kind of just ends. Our matchups are 50-50 at best. We play against Mill, it's very good because you turn around, your Zenith Flare becomes very powerful until they got a counterspell. We play against Green, everybody complains about Green. Green is just the most pushed color in this year, maybe the last 2 years in Magic the Gathering history. It's now drawing, it has better combat tricks, they're just big, the value is crazy, especially when we're talking about like questing beast territory. It's ridiculous. And then Burn, our matchups are 50-50. If we can pull up the Dranith Healer, okay, we can start repealing some of that. When we pull off the Zenith Flare, it is beautiful. If we don't pick it up, we don't get it. Across the board, it's an even playing field, and that's one of the things I love about this deck. It's a very fair deck in this format. The biggest reason to play this deck, what makes it powerful, is also its greatest weakness. It is a glass cannon. It is a very big, powerful glass cannon, and when it works, it is fantastic. It is beautiful. Nothing like it. But the shit's still made of glass. And when things go wrong, they are just horribly wrong, as we've seen with yesterday's first event. Second event, things went a lot better, and usually that first event, it doesn't happen like that. Usually we don't go out there without a single win. The second event reflects usually what the deck is potentially able to do on a regular basis. And so let's take a look now at the worst loss of that second half. Even a 1 land hand is very keepable. So we're just going to keep the 7 here. Perfect. So we drew into another land. Not as worried. You know what? We'll keep the blue side up. Just kind of camouflage the tactic a little bit from the opponent. We are going to cycle out at the end of their turn. Because that's just what the deck wants to do. Okay, so let's cycle this one out. We already have our white sources. I'm not too worried. Let's get the rest of the sources up on the battlefield. So right now, it looks like we're mirroring each other to an extent. Oh, he's gonna mill us. Alright, okay. If we get Zenith Flare, this game becomes relatively easy. Famous last words ever. So the jig is up. He's seen multiple cycle cards. So you know what? Let's go for broke here. Flourishing Fox, very nice. Nothing else relevant. Awesome. So let's get the Fox on the ground. Don't want to didn't really want to overcommit to the board, but we got lots of cycling cards, lots of value going for us. If it looks like this mill deck, Alright. I kind of set myself up for that one, but that's fine. So we've already ditched one. That's unfortunate for us. That's fine. We'll make it work. So let's just put this one down. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Okay, so let's just add Loris to the hand. think we might actually be a little bit in trouble. Oh, hell no. I knew I was screwed. There goes our second Zenith Flare. This is not turning out the way I hoped. But that's fine. That's okay. Oh my god. Is he gonna let that go through, or is he blocking it? He's blocking it. So this is where this play, like I said, it's not the most relevant, but at least we don't let him develop a board state with it. This is good. Okay. So let's smack him. Yeah. That's fine. You have it or you don't, man. You have it or you don't. And he has it. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Result. It is what it is. I really don't know if I get another turn, but I have to try. I have to try. Oh, that sucks. Alright, well, yep, that was the fourth one. We're done here. Good game, lad. Good game. And there you have it, folks. That was the most humiliating loss of the night. But with the bad, you also take in some good. Every loss is a chance to learn and grow. And on that note, let's take a look at the most satisfying win of that night. And believe me, this was a hard win, but it felt so good. That seems pretty good. He's already down a card. We have a saying here in Canada, and that saying is simply this: geese are assholes. These green decks, I'm not a fan. Yep. And it's not going to be the first time. Let's put some bodies on the board. If it's the deck I'm thinking, yeah, he's going to pack some big boys. Oh dear God. Alright, let's get some life. Let's get some value out of it. Yeah, come on. We'll hold on to that. Providing he doesn't have 3 pieces of removal in a row, and... What are you doing? Yeah. Okay. That's unfortunate. Yep. Kind of figured as much. So let's, I was hoping that was going to survive another turn, but 3 removals back to back to back. That's, I'll take it. Oh my gosh. No trample. Perfect. My God. What is this? Four pieces of removal, 4 turns in a row. My dude. You're swinging for me for 5. I'll block. Take it. No attacks. Just put it down. A turn with no removal. Thank you. 7, 8, 9. Sure. 9 and tapped out. That's fine. Do it. Okay, I can't deal with another crackback like that, so let's slow the pace of that down. Do it. Let's go. Eat damage or not. You're gonna block with that creature, that's fine. So you still take 2. Add 1 food to get back to give you 3. And that 3 isn't gonna be enough. It's do or die this turn. Who's this guy? Oh my god. 5 pieces of removal. My god. Okay. He's tapped out, so he'll do that. Puts my thing back up to 10. But he's tapped out. I win. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Well, let's just kind of secure that. Okay. The game says, you know what? You're good. You're good. You got 11. I got 11. There's no surprises here. It's done. Thank you. Good game. Good games. And there you have it. A hard and grindy game with a very satisfying win. Thank you for watching. If you really liked and enjoyed what you've seen today, feel free to like and subscribe to the video. We're just starting off, and we're only getting started. We're going to have a lot of content, awesome gameplay, and hopefully some deck builds that everybody will enjoy. Feel free to share with your friends. Till then, thanks for watching. Stay safe and healthy out there. It's a crazy world. Bye for now.